2024 is almost over and you still haven't accomplished any of those goals.
I'll give you anything you want from me, anything you want, anything you need, anything you so desire. Anything.
Just stop the cap. You're not ready. You've been saying all year that you're going to glow up and accomplish those goals, but what have you really done about it? But it's okay. It's not too late. 2024 is not over yet. Almost, but it's not over yet. These are some things that you can take with you into 2025 to make you the new person that you know you want to be. Okay? So let's get straight into the video. I don't want to waste any more time. This is something that you need to start implementing now. Let's go. The first tip is to set clear goals. And with that being said, you just need to understand what your goals are and what that goal looks like. You need to start acting intentionally. Not only do you need to act intentionally. Not only do you need to act intentionally, you need to understand why you want that goal. So say I want a new car. I want a new car because I'm tired of my raggedy, dusty, crackety old car, or it's breaking down, or it's not reliable. That's a goal, and I know the reason behind it. I can't get from point A to point B without squeaking down the highway. Setting clear goals and understanding why you have those goals just helps you to stay motivated. Just help you understand, like, this is why I'm doing this. This is why I'm at this 9 to 5 that I don't like every day. That your goals need to be obtainable. Sometimes your goals are unrealistic and it just discourages you and it makes you feel like you cannot do it. You can do it, okay? Anybody can do it. And that's not saying that the sky is not the limit, because the sky is definitely not the limit. But what are the stepping stones that you are gonna take to get to the sky and above and beyond? Because honestly, I'm Buzz Lightyear, I'm not gonna lie to you. Anybody tell me that I can't achieve my goal or I can't do this, I can't do that, baby, just watch, okay? Don't sell yourself short. Go for that big goal, that unbelievable goal, the goal that everybody's doubting you about. Just create a clear plan and stick to it. A clear plan and stick to it. Tip number 2 is create a routine. With routine comes structure. With structure means you can achieve those goals easily. You have to remember that consistency is key. If you don't remain consistent, you're never going to feel like you can do these things. Or if you do it one time and then fall off, you're going to be like, oh, that was just a fluke. No, if you continuously do it and continuously show yourself and show others that this is something that I have done and can continue to do, then who can stop you? Just like with my YouTube channel, I feel like I keep going and then stopping and then keep going and then stopping, keep going and then stopping. Like, this is just something that I'm just going to have to keep doing and keep doing and keep doing and keep trying. Like, even if I do stop, I have to remember, okay, this is what I want to do. This is why I'm doing it. Once again, I have a reason and I have a plan. And I need to stick to it, and so do you. When you're creating your routine, you need to remember that every baby step counts. So little movement is better than no movement in my eyes. Really, that should be in everybody's eyes. If you're stopped, if you don't do anything at all, how are you achieving your goal? What is that doing for you? Even if you're doing a little thing for 10 minutes, 5 minutes a day, that just creates, once again, consistency, the routine. It just helps you get in the groove. It helps you become who you want to be. If you're consistently acting like the person you want to be, eventually you're going to become that person. That brings me into my third tip, which is the 2-minute rule. So if something seems like it's like tugging at your chest strings, what the hell? Anyway, if something seems hard to do and you just are dreading doing it, like editing your video, whatever the case may be, give yourself enough time and a good time frame in order to do that, or to do the thing you do not want to do, at least 2 minutes a day. If you do it 2 minutes a day, it gets you into the routine of doing it. Okay, this isn't that bad. And maybe romanticize it a little bit. Make it feel like it's not a chore. Play some music, do something. I don't know, make it fun. Go outside, find you a place to do it. This brings me into my fourth tip. My fourth tip is eliminate them eliminate them distractions. Okay? Eliminate them. Identify and eliminate. Because once you eliminate your distractions, or once you at least identify your distractions, you can minimize them. You need to find balance between what I want to do, what I need to do, and where I want to be. Once you identify your distractions, say your distraction is, I don't like my environment, or I'm not comfortable here, I'm not comfortable there. There's always somewhere you can walk to, or just find a different environment that is more comfortable and more work savvy for you. Say you don't like your house today, or say you're feeling antsy, or you just don't want to be in the house today, but you still have goals to achieve. Go to a coffee shop, go to the park, have a picnic, find some friends that just want to do the things that you want to do, and y'all can do the things together. Finding a comfortable work environment or a sustainable place where you can do what you need to do and achieve your goals and just accomplish little things like making calls and, you know, even if you don't want to leave the house, you can still create a comfortable working environment in your home. Just find you a nice corner, set it up really nice aesthetically, make sure there's no distractions. Don't be on your phone, or find a way that your phone could be less of a distraction, because I found that when I don't get on my phone, I can achieve a lot more. Obviously, that's not like a new light bulb, but it's just like sometimes it's hard and you get very distracted by what's going on your phone, what's trending, what's happening now, especially when you're on YouTube or when you're on Instagram, or you just might get distracted. It's very distracting sometimes. So just make sure you keep in mind that you can create a workspace at your house. Create you a corner that has everything that you need: your laptop, your iPad, your Apple Watch, your editing tools, everything you just need, like your pens, your pencils. Make it cute, make it fun, make it functional. It's just all about creating the space that you want or that is ideal for you. The fifth tip is self-control. So self-control, I tend to have a problem with this one a little bit, just a little tad bit. I won't say that I have a problem with this, because I feel like this is something that is not a trait that I just don't have. It's something that I am growing towards. So it's hard right now, but of course, uncomfortability creates growth. For example, having delayed gratification. When you have delayed gratification, you're just basically looking at the long-term effects versus just like short-term benefits. So I want this MacBook right now, but I'm not going to be able to afford X, Y, and Z later on because I got this MacBook on a whim. You know what I'm saying? So just basically not necessarily keeping yourself from what you want, but just planning a little bit ahead of time and just planning for the things that you want, and just, you know, thinking about the long-term goals. Is this goal going to matter in 3 years? Is this going to be useful to me in 5 years? Am I going to be able to use this to achieve what the big picture is? If not, don't get it. Because I had to tell myself that all the time. Am I going to use this? If you're not going to use it, then don't get it. Just being mindful. Understand that not everything you don't need to feel good every single time in the moment. Making sacrifices that'll help you achieve your long-term goals. So not going out maybe on a couple Saturdays or all the Saturdays, just so you can stay in and work on what really matters to you and where you really want to be. Tip number 6 is track your progress. Not only does this allow you to be grateful for the little things that you've already done, but it just helps you acknowledge, like, I've already done this, this, and this. Why is this little hiccup any different? I just like the idea of just being able to be grateful for the little things, because sometimes we do take for granted everything that we've already done, or we feel like we're not in the place that we want to be in, but we're not there yet. You have to remember that you still have a long journey ahead of you. You still have a long life. It's a long pathway, okay? But it'll be worth it in the end. Just knock that goal down bit by bit and you will be all right. Tip number 7 is accountability. So finding a group of people who have the same interests as you, or have the same goals as you, or on the same section of their goal as you, doing the same, basically just doing the same thing you're doing. Y'all are all doing the same thing. Y'all can all hold each other accountable. Make sure you say these goals out loud, and make sure you can trust these people. Okay? Because sometimes these people be hating. There's no reason to hate, but sometimes they be hating, and it's just like the jealousy and the secret animosity. It kind of gets people down. But I feel like once you find your group, once you find someone you can trust, someone you want, once you find your people, have them people hold you accountable. My 8th tip is, and I feel like, well, all these are important, but anyway, my 8th tip is failure is a lesson. These L's is lessons. These L's is lessons. I feel like this is honestly like one of the most important ones as far as mindset goes, because once you understand that, yeah, I failed this time, but it's not over, or yeah, I failed this time, let me tweak a little bit. Yeah, I failed this time, but this is why I failed. Once you identify why you failed and then you fix it and you move on, I feel like that's when the beast is created. Okay? The beast has been created, and nobody can stop you from that point. Once you understand that failure is not just failure, it doesn't end at failure. Once you understand that millions has 2 L's, billions has 2 L's, because I'm a billionaire, double billion, double L. I take a couple L's. I've taken a couple L's, and I just feel like that is a part of growing. That is a part of the mindset that you need to have. When you get knocked down, you pick yourself back up, you brush yourself off, and you go to the next task. It should never stop you from being the person that you want to be. This brings me into my 9th tip, which is develop a growth mindset, or I guess you can call it like an improvement mindset. Believing in improvement versus believing that you just can't do something. When you say you can't, you really can't. Speaking the negativity into the air. You're saying you're lazy, and you're believing you're lazy, and you're continuing to be lazy, versus, oh, I'm not feeling that great today. Let me at least continue to try and work on this over time. It's not something that's gonna snap and it's just gonna be over with. Even if you're looking at discipline, for instance, it's never, you're just not disciplined. This is a skill that I need to learn in order to get to where I wanna be. And that is what the improvement mindset is. Just making sure that you understand and I understand. I may not be good at it now, but I'm getting good, and I'm gonna be better than myself 4 years ago. And that's all that matters. And as long as you continue to grow and continue to move forward, then you cannot be stopped. You are unstoppable. You're on fire. This brings me to my 10th and final tip. Prioritize rest and recovery. Need I say more? Need I say more? You're saying you're tired, you're saying you're this, you're saying you're that, but you need to find the balance that works for you. The balance between rest, self-care, self-health, business, and just the things you need to do in general. Maybe you have a kid. I feel like for me, honestly, this is kind of something that I feel like I struggle with all these. Let's be honest. I'm working on them, and I feel like you guys should be working on them too. But being a mom, for sure, with goals, big goals, and not just rolling over and having a job, I feel like this is something that I really have been having. This is something that I was really struggling with at the beginning. But once I understood, like, I need to find a balance, I need to figure out what works for me, what works for my daughter, what works for my actual 9-to-5 versus what works for my part-time and my YouTube and just what I want to do for myself. Once I found that balance, or once I continue to figure out what my balance is, I feel like I've been getting more fluent in the language of fluency. Sometimes I found myself rushing things, basic things like self-care, like washing my face and doing a whole face routine. What am I rushing for? Like, I don't understand why I'm rushing through life when this is my life. I'm in control, you know? So it's like little things like that. Taking the time out, planning, being intentional, waking up early, getting in the groove of, I need to do X, Y, and Z this morning to have a successful day. I need to do this while I'm at work, or this on my lunch break after I do my 9 to 5. Then after work, I need to do a certain amount of things. And cooking myself food or meal prepping, because sometimes it is hard for me with the 9 to 5 to actually cook. But meal prepping and just staying in a healthy routine, it's just been helping a lot with balance and just the discipline and everything that I've just been wanting to do. Alright guys, the video is completiano. Those are my 10 tips for becoming more disciplined, becoming that woman, becoming that girl, and to achieving those goals before 2024 is over and to bring them into 2025. If you guys don't take anything else from this video, please take the improvement mindset. With the improvement mindset, it just allows you to continue to grow and to continue to understand that these things are work in progress. And as you're working, all these other principles will fall into place. If you guys like personal growth and lifestyle content, hit the subscribe button and continue to follow me as I follow you on our self-growth journeys. I'm ItsSoMikki and see you guys later. Bye.